Marquette is hosting Xavier. Xavier, let's face it, they are at the point of their season heading into this game where they are bringing out the resuscitation unit and they're trying to keep the body alive. At least that's how our text messages with Sean Miller have been going the last couple of weeks. Well, at long last today, Jeff, Xavier wins 59-57. Xavier has no quad 2, quad 3, quad 4 losses. Nothing. But they didn't have a single quad 1 win. Their next 3, St. John's at the Garden Wednesday, all of a sudden interesting game. UConn at home next Saturday, really compelling game. And then they're at Creighton. But Marquette loses at home. So, Jeff, a lot of people have been talking about this. Marquette. So last week I heard on a national show, Final Four. They could make a Final Four. Are you noticing some things now with Marquette that are cause for concern?
Well, I just think teams are going to defend Cam Jones differently now, right? I mean, nobody knew Cam Jones would do what he did coming into the season, and now there's a little bit of a book on him. Xavier guarded him a lot, guarded Stevie Mitchell with a big to make it a little bit tougher on Cam Jones to be able to switch everything. They did it effectively, and again, it just makes Cam Jones work a little harder, and he's had a lot in his plate throughout the year. So the question is, does he hit a little bit of a wall? And again, especially teams in the Big East that will see him and have seen him already, it's a little different than in the non-conference when you've never seen Cam Jones before. I still think Marquette's a very good team. And Xavier's been close, guys. They've been close throughout the season. They just haven't been able to close out games, whether it's been TCU or UConn or some of these other games that they've lost, at the end of the Cincinnati. That was one they should have had, Cincinnati. However you want to pronounce it. I always pronounce it wrong. But again, if they can get some momentum, I don't know.
I don't understand why he has trouble with it, but okay.
I always have trouble with it, and now I'm scared. I'm like Steve Sachs throwing the ball from second base to first. I can't do it right.
Got the yips.
So yeah, I got the yips. When I have to say Cincinnati. Anyway, I think the Xavier team has a chance now because the gap is going to close. Right, we're seeing it already. And could they go on a little bit of a run here? Listen, when you look at their team, you say to yourself, they might have enough. And that's why we all ranked them in the top 20 in the preseason, because they have good guards and they have one of the best bigs. Now, the question is, can Zach Fremantle stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? Because it's so impressive. They thought he was done for the year. You know this, Fana. When he got hurt a month ago,
Absolutely.
They thought he was done for the season.
And the season was done then.
Done. Although they played well in that game against UConn right away. They almost beat UConn when they
That's
lost.
why that rematch is big next Saturday. That rematch is big next Saturday night. What do you got?
Hold on. No, well, look, all I'm going to say is this. Like, one, I don't think there's no secrets when it comes to Cam Jones. Like, he is good enough to be able to beat a lot of teams, whatever they throw at him. It just so happened that Xavier came out looking like a team that had their back against the wall. They have enough big, physical, athletic guards that they could switch everything. They did a really good job of it. They kind of got into Cam Jones' head, and they did to Marquette what Marquette does to everybody else. They forced turnovers. They made it difficult to run offense, right? Because that is what the Xavier team is capable of doing. Like, they are a top 15 team in the country on paper. Look how good their guards are. Like, what their issue right now is that they gave a game away at TCU. They gave a game away at Cincinnati. They kind of gave a game away against UConn that they could have won. They gave a game away against the same Marquette team at home. You remember the trip heard around the world that wasn't called? They could have won at Georgetown. Like, they are not that far away. The St. John's one at home felt like all of that stuff building up, and the bottom just fell out of it. And then they kind of had a come to Jesus moment afterwards, and they smacked the ball on the road. A players only meeting. You get a win against Villanova, and you come out and you get this win. Good. And you said that they have a chance to go on a run here. They have to. Their season is going to get determined in the next 11 days here. You go to St. John's, play them in the Garden in the game. I think you probably have to win. You get UConn at home in a game, I think you probably have to win. And then you're at Creighton. I think they need to get two of those. I think they need to get two of those three, considering what they've already lost this season. And considering that if you don't win two of those three, you're going to be heading into Selection Sunday most likely with one, maybe two quadrant one wins. So I think you got to get two of the three of these next ones coming up, and they got the talent to do it. They got the coach to be able to do it. Like, to me, there's no excuses anymore for Xavier. You already use all your excuses up. You know you're good
There's
enough.
not. Yeah.
They have an easy schedule at the end, guys. If they can just they could finish the season by reeling off like 4 in a row. And you know how it goes. Listen, you can go from off the bubble if you win 4 or 5 in a row to firmly on. And to me, if you told Sean Miller right now, hey, you're playing in the first 4, he would sign up for that in a heartbeat. And I think they still have a chance for that.
And you know what, Jeff? Here's why I like that point. And then we're going to go to break. Because if you look right now nationally, the Atlantic 10 is tracking to only be a 1-bid league. The Mountain West right now is having some trouble. I mean, let's face it, it's beating people up every night. New Mexico, bad loss to San Jose State earlier this week, and they responded, but that was a bad loss. The Big Ten and the SEC. Look at Arkansas. Look at Texas. Look at Oklahoma. Look at Ohio State. You know, some of these teams 3 or 4 weeks ago were like, they're going to make it. Yeah, they'll probably make it. Yeah, they'll probably make it. How's Carolina doing right now? That's what we call a tease. Because up next, that is exactly where we're going to go. And that's my point is, the bubble softening is already starting. That's why we have a bracket show. It debuts Monday, this Monday. A wink towards T. Valise. Because up next, we're going to go to Chapel Hill.